and now we're back again. Sino na sila? Miss Malena and Mr. Zaid Har. So, and now we're back again. I hope you guys are still alive, alert, and awake for our next team. Moving on to the champion of the 2025 Industrial Engineering Expo Ideathon Case Competition, Upscaling Community Refilling Stores. So please welcome iEagles. Please introduce yourself and a short introduction of your project.
So hello everyone. We are Team Eagles. I'm Malena, and I also here also is Zai, and we also have another team member Rashid, but he is not available right now. So for the background of our project, our our project is entitled Tingi, which means Tech and Process Innovation for Nurturing Solid Goods Refilling in MSMEs. So, for our solution, kasi we want to make reduce and refill more accessible for MSMEs. So, parang yung naging goal namin is to help small businesses transition to sustainable operations without the burden of high cost and complex systems. So we've structured our solution into two main components, the solid dispensing machine and the other one is the automated system for MSMEs, which help them track their product expiration dates with visual cues and automated notifications.
Si Sir Zaid ba may idadagdag? Or okay. So, actually, yun talaga yung pinaka nagustuhan ko sa project niyo, yung ano na, automatic na data sheet. So, parang, ay, may dating nga. So, nice meeting you all. So, I hope you also have a great time today also. So, I'll just go straight to the questions. Since mukhang mag-i-exceed tayo ng 2 p.m. So, for inspiration and challenges, may I ask why did you join the competition?
Oh, okay. So, kasi the competition was announced like around the holiday break, if I'm not mistaken. So, at least during the holiday breaks at Ateneo. So, we had just finished our finals week. So, in terms of academic workload, very little lang talaga yung workload namin. So, for us, since there were few academic responsibilities at that moment, so we felt like, oh, my competition, maybe it's a great opportunity. So when we read the case, we saw that it was focused on MSMEs, and I think that really caught our attention. Kasi parang I feel like the small businesses was something we felt strongly about, and ayun talaga yung nag-motivate sa amin to get involved. So yeah.
Ayun nga, kasi 'di ba industrial engineering kayo tapos yung team ng competition is reuse and refill. Why do you think the team of the reuse and refill for business is important as a industrial engineering major? Major?
Uh, I just want to correct po. Now, we're not IE majors. So, that's one of our parang
Oh,
challenges per se. So, basically, most of the members in our group are mga business majors. So, we tackle also mga MSMEs on how to make them grow and to thrive in the industry. So, yeah, yun yung isa sa mga challenges namin going to the competition na we're not IE majors. So, before the competition, alam na talaga namin na marami kami mga kalabang IE majors. And yeah, true enough, nagkaroon nga ng kanina, the first runner-up, they are all IE majors. And kami, since walang IE naman sa Ateneo, but I think we believe in our capabilities as Ateneans kasi we were taught then how to parang basically as business majors, we studied MSMEs, all kinds of businesses. So, dun kami humugot ng kakayanan on how to tackle this case competition. So, yeah, as we all know, MSMEs are super vital talaga in our economy. They are one of the boosters of economic activities here in our country. and di talaga may pagkakailan na sila yung malaki yung kanilang capacity and capabilities to make our economy grow and thrive talaga. So yeah.
Actually, nagulat ako kasi akala ko I-8 majors din kayo. So, parang ang advance din ng ano niyo, Kasi 'di ba kayo yung may nozzle na paiba-iba? Sabi ko, di naisip ng ibang ano yun, na majors. Kasi, 'di ba, yun din yung issue, yung parang ano yung variety na products na pwede ilabas nila. Wow! Wow, wait lang. Business major pala kayo. Sorry, wait. Ano ko. So, ayun nga, as a business major, ah, ano yung focus nyo or yung mga main goals nyo in curating ng project? Yung pagko-conceptualize. Ano yung mga main targets?
Okay, so for our group po, I think yung naging main focus namin sa paggawa ng project was not just about developing yung innovative and tech-driven solutions since we're business majors, but also ensuring na yung innovation was truly accessible and practical for MSMEs. And at first, of course, parang we started out with like ideating about innovative and technology driven ideas here and there for our solid refilling system. But the way we see it from a technical standpoint, parang developing the system itself, like yung integrating automations, optimizing workflows, and incorporating yung smart features, I think parang it was relatively straightforward. So we think na yung real challenge was making sure that our solution was actually accessible and practical sa end users, which is yung MSMEs. Because we know na parang there would be limitations, especially in terms of like capital expenses, their infrastructure, their technological literacy, their operational adaptability. So for us, I think it's very important to design something na yung MSMEs, they could realistically adopt it without disrupting their parang main operations, their current operations. So yeah, we made sure lang na the system is not only affordable but also easy to implement and low maintenance, but still it's still innovative.
So, ayun nga. Kasi diba, ang main problem talaga is paano magiging in fact, i-accommodate yung siyempre may capital lang 'di ba yung mga MSMEs and siyempre hindi naman gano'n kalaki. So, may mga issues ba na or problems, hiccups in creating your case other than that? Yung
When it comes to like challenges then aside from ayun nga technicalities talaga, we're not AA major, so we have to delve in talaga sa mga IE concepts din. So basically purely research yung ginawa talaga namin plus the technical knowledge that we have as business major. We took considerations of really the many considerations yung tinake namin, like factors na maliliit nga, small scale businesses ngayong i-target namin and etc. So aside from that, I think yung isa sa mga challenges din na we encountered was the final solution per se, because for me I believe personally talaga ideating or making a concept is easy. Like, if there's a problem, mabilis, hindi pa papasok yung mga considerations and factors. So, in our group, we had many parang prototypes before we had this thingy talaga as a whole. So, at first, nagkaroon kami ng parang basic lang siya na dispenser na nakikita sa mga big supermarket and everything. But naisip namin na when we created the financials, I myself, yung gumawa ng financials, and my other of my teammates said na, oh, it's too much. So we had to cut off some para expenses. So dapat talaga iisipin mo yung standpoint ng mga sari-sari stores, because yung ginawa namin at first, hindi pala siya viable for them because it's too high for them considering na yung sorry, source nga. Maliit lang yung capital. So, overall, I think, ayun, as, isa mga challenge talaga namin is to have that final solution, what Malena said na a solution that will cater to MSMEs that is very accessible and flexible at the same time.
So, ayun, nabanggit nyo nga yung idealization, yung conceptualization. Paano naman can you tell me yung step by step how you came up with the design and yung winning, hindi ko alam kung yun yung winning point niya eh. Kasi yung nozzle niya talaga na parang pwedeng mag-accommodate na iba't ibang products. So, can you tell me yung step by step how you came up with the design?
Okay, so step by step. So as I mentioned nga earlier, we wanted our solution to be accessible nga even for the smallest MSMEs like sari-sari stores. So from the very beginning, we carefully considered na yung factors such as yung technological literacy and yung cost to ensure na yung solution na magagawa namin would work for MSMEs of all sizes. So ayun, we break down our solution into two main components, yung pinaka-machine, which is the dispenser, and yung automated system. Because we wanted to have parang a tracker talaga at the start pa lang na except sa pinaka-machine pa, just to differentiate. So, with the solid good dispenser, which we've named Tinge, so our goal was to create na magagamit siya for both small scale stores like sari-sari stores and larger ones like big supermarkets. So we wanted to make sure na it is simple and user friendly. So initially, we envisioned a dispenser with like a built-in weighing scale for real-time weighing para ma-reduce yung spillage and waste. So as the good is dispensing, parang meron ding real-time weighing scale under that. So, but we realized na this won't be practical for sari-sari stores kasi yung added cost ng built-in scale could make it too expensive. So we rethought the design, like what if the weighing scale could be independent from the dispenser? So I think this would allow store owners to choose how many scales they need to make sure na yung solution is adaptable nga for both small stores. Since for small stores, the owner lang naman yung mag-ooperate ng dispensers themselves. So, a one weighing scale is already enough. But for larger stores, multiple scales could be used kasi parang kinonsider namin, like for example, for larger stores like supermarkets, they could offer their customers with a self-service option. So if self-service option man, then the supermarket, they can choose yung multiple weighing scale for each dispenser. So going through that, another challenge was, na-mention nga kanina, like was ensuring the dispenser could handle different types of solid goods. So ayun, to address this, we came up with the interchangeable bottom openings. So store owners could easily swap out yung mga bottom openings na yon depending on the type of product they're offering. Now, moving on to the second part, which is the automated system. We wanted to make sure that this was accessible as well. So we focused on technologies that are widely available to most MSMEs, like smartphones and SMS. So we developed an automated expiration date tracker where the seller simply inputs the expiration date and the system automatically updates with visual cues to warn them about sa approaching expiration. And after that, ang naisip naman naming problem is store owners cannot always monitor the system manually. So we made sure na it sends email notifications about expiration statuses. So, ayun, through SMS and emails, we made it more accessible, and it's also built on just a very simple Google Sheet. So it's very easy to access for most devices without needing much digital literacy. So overall, in the beginning, talaga, we were actually mostly focused on parang iniisip namin how we can encourage people in general to use the solution. Like, for example, yung mga tao sa barangay community, um, like with the refilling system, ano yung magiging perception nila about that. But as we worked through the process, I think we shifted our perspective. Like we realized na if we could not get MSME owners, like sari-sari store owners, to adopt the solution sa operations nila, we won't have any users to begin with. So we prioritize making it easy for the small owners to integrate yung solution sa daily routines nila. Since once we could get them on board, I think maganda tong foundation for broader adoption and use of the solution.
Actually, ang dami yung na point out kasi may mga problems talaga yung sa mga refilling station. Like, yun nga, yung first one yung sa data. So, nakuha kagad nila yung point na yun na. Kasi, ang hirap talaga kumuha ng data from stores since hindi nga consistent. And having that, yung tracker, nung parang, oh my God, ba't hindi natin naisip yun? Parang, oo nga, no? Kasi, syempre, iba-iba yung nagbabantay. Hindi naman always yung owner talaga. So, hindi mo talaga ito yung kinuha niyang way na ganito or product. Tapos yun yung variety din ng nozzles. So parang hindi lang kasi palagi namin tinatanong sa mga teams other from rice, sugar, flour, parang ano pa yung pwedeng i-accommodate na product. So yun, sustainability naman, what do you think would be the impact of your innovation in reuse and refill or the sustainability itself?
Okay, so I think yung impact ng innovation namin in reuse and refill, like by offering yung very straightforward and accessible solution, we can encourage more MSME owners to adopt sustainable practices without it feeling too complex or overwhelming for them. Kasi I believe na parang it's all about making it easy for sellers to integrate these changes into their businesses. So with this, mas may encourage natin yung owners to consider sustainable practices without feeling na they have to completely overhaul their operations. And parang when they see na yung solution is low cost and simple to implement, I think they're more likely to embrace it, which in turn pwedeng mag-lead to a wider cultural shifts. Because in reality, I think business owners, especially those running smaller and resource-limited operations, I think parang there's still a hesitancy. Like they might hesitate to adopt new technologies or systems if it feels too complicated or costly. That's why we've made sure na yung solution talaga is very user-friendly and low cost, whether it's a sari-sari store or a larger supermarket. Because I think if we make it very easy and accessible, uh, MSMEs are much more likely to adapt yung practices na to. And I think that can create a ripple effect. Like, it's not just about making them change for the sake of sustainability, but also showing them na doing so can be a smart and practical choice also for their businesses.
So, nice. Si Sir, wala na pala si Sir. Okay lang, okay lang, okay lang. Patapos na tayo malana. This is, we're nearing the end. So, any advice for future innovators and future next steps?
Okay, so for advice, pinipay ko yung advice ko. So I have three things. So una, personally, when I'm working on a project, I intentionally try to be my own critic from the very beginning. Like, I intentionally try to find loopholes and spend time looking for them. And it might sound like counterintuitive, like bakit mo hahanapan ng mali yung gawa mo, ganyan. It might seem unnecessary to spend time looking for weaknesses nga in something that you've already worked hard on. However, I think it's essential to address yung mga potential issues early on. And I think it is also a part of ensuring that the project is as strong as possible, as solid and effective as possible. So, ayun, una, like, intentionally find loopholes sa projects nyo. Second one, when working on innovations, I think it's important to try to put yourself in the shoes of those who will actually use it. Tulad din ng sabi ng last group na parang empathize sa end users. So, for instance, sa case competition na to, we shifted our perspective to that of a sari-sari store owner and asked ourselves questions like, if I were running a small business, would I want to use this if it requires too much effort or is it too costly? Does it make my life easier or is it complex? Kasi I think posing these questions to yourselves, makakatulong siya to ensure na yung solution nyo is not just technically sound, but also practical and useful for those who will rely on it. Then last one, when thinking about innovation, I believe it doesn't always have to be about creating something na radically disruptive immediately, like very innovative agad. I think you can start with like small improvements and gradually iterating on them. It's important na mag-focus muna on how we can make something better even if it's a small or incremental way. Kasi I think yung mga successful innovations, they often begin by addressing a specific problem, by a small problem. And as you work through it, parang you'll just discover new ways to refine the solution, refine and refine it. So, ayun, don't be afraid to start small kasi baka iniisip ng iba na, ala, ito lang naman yung gawa ko, baka hindi naman siya ganun ka-innovative. But yeah, don't be afraid to start small. Like, even if it feels like a very modest step lang, it could lead to something bigger and more meaningful down the road.
True. Tignan nyo, kung di nyo sasabi business major kayo, akalain ko IE din kayo. So parang, wow! Ang daming revelations, yung parang ganon. So, oh, yun. So, we're nearing the end. So, if you want to plug your social media account, or this time, if you want to also invite them, if you have future activities or projects.
Wala naman kaming activities in the future or orgs to promote. But yeah, gusto kong sabihin na I have my group mates, Rashid Albel and Zay Haron. Masyado lang sila busy ngayon. So, ako lang yung pinakamaraming time. So, yeah, thank you po.
So, ayun, hindi na kita papatagalin pa. So, thank you, Malena, or the IE Eagles team. So, thank you. Have a great day today. So, ayun, that is the end of our podcast. And, yun, ano ba? And hopefully, makita pa tayo next time. And also, more, sana magkaroon pa tayo ng sharing sa projects ninyo. Thank you, thank you. Thank you, Malena.
Thank you po. Thank you.
So that is the end of our podcast. To conclude, these innovations are only just a starting point in upscaling refilling stations. There are also a lot of other alternatives that we can do to promote a sustainable lifestyle. I just also want to thank Gaia and UPIX for giving us the platform for this advocacy. And thank you guys for listening. And thank you, IE Biastral Engineering and iEagles for attending. And that's all. I hope you all have a great day today. Thank you.